Sarasota Orchestra, but yet we're at Payne Park. What's going on? Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead senior broker of Team Rennick, part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. My guest this morning is Mr. Steve Reed. Steve is the owner and publisher of the Longboat Key News and the Sarasota City News.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've got my mask off. You can take yours off if you want. And we're sitting outside.
Wow.
And we've had our shots, so we're still being fully CDC compliant. But let's get on to the story today. Steve, we've elected to meet here at Payne Park. Why? What's going on?
Well, Payne Park is a little hot topic right now in the news. As we reported over the last year or two, Sarasota Orchestra, as part of its long-range plan and part of its immediate plan, wants a new location. They're located now on the bayfront.
As you know, they're redeveloping that whole bayfront.
The whole bayfront project, and basically they opted out.
Okay.
They have big institutional donors. The orchestra is one of our big established art venues in the area. They have big needs over there. They perform in different locations. They sometimes perform at the Van Wezel. They have performances at their little orchestra building, which is located next to the Van Wezel.
In our last story, I think we shot it at the orchestra building.
They're all over the place. They want a big consolidated headquarters with areas for education, for students, and they need about 7 acres, they say, to accomplish that, to build this building. They have the money, or they have the donors. They're donors.
7 acres is a fairly large parcel to be inside of Sarasota, correct?
It's a lot.
There's not a lot of those kind of parcels around that would work for the orchestra.
Not a lot that'll work for the orchestra.
Okay.
So that's the crux of the problem.
Okay.
So they want to move. Their institutional donors don't want to be part of the Bay project.
Okay.
The story is that they don't like the idea of sea level rise and investing so much money. So they wanted their own site. That played out about 2 years ago and over the course of a year, where they wanted 7 acres at Payne Park. It was an unpopular plan.
And Payne Park is where we're sitting
We're sitting. And the park itself is about 28 acres, almost 30 acres. And they want to use 7 acres of it. And the biggest build out at the park, or one of the biggest, is this tennis facility.
Right.
It's a very complex issue because the land was deeded and sold at a discount to the city to be used for passive recreation, not even active, for passive recreation.
Define that for just a second. What is passive recreation?
Well, that's like asking Bill Clinton a question.
All right,
that's that's a very important question because the
I was
people
trying to save yourself from you.
This is exactly where it's going. There, you honed in on the legal question. The people opposed to it say it does not fit what is written in that deed and what the Payne family put in the deed, which was passive recreation, and it won't reach legal muster.
Okay.
The city says no.
You're talking about the tennis being here.
The tenant that that moving an orchestra is not recreation. It doesn't meet what was supposed to be here at this site.
Okay.
So you can't do it, city.
Okay.
The city is kind of saying, no, we can do it. If we want to, we can interpret a musical venue as recreational and compatible, and we'll build it that way. So that's where we're at legally. But a year ago, the city commission voted 4-1 against using Payne Park. But we've had a change on the commission, a couple new commissioners, and one of the commissioners, Hagan Brody, has sort of changed his mind because in the interim time, the orchestra and the city have looked around, identified lots of other parcels, and none of them will work. That's the problem. The orchestra says it won't work at the fairgrounds, it won't work at the bay, it won't work up near University. The city has land the city has a lot of land, but none of the parcels will work according to the orchestra.
Okay.
So they're coming back to the city right now. It's before the city. They've declared this is the site they want. Please revisit it, reconsider it. And the city's reopening that discussion, and the orchestra last week came back and said even these little options next to Payne Park, using, for instance, the parking lot for Department of Motor Vehicles, that won't work for us. We need that plan where we use part of Payne Park, relocate the tennis center. So we're back to what could be a big community battle again.
So we've done an about circle, if you would. They discounted Payne Park. Now we're back with Payne Park again. It's in front of the council. What's the next series of steps?
Well, you know what really happened was everything stayed the same. They still want it. The same people are against it, but the commission changed. Right. So they did what a lot of people do, developers and groups do. They waited for the change of government to see if maybe it'll work with a more a different
thought process.
Yeah, thought process.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. So the tennis players and those opposed to it are galvanizing again. The city is in a conundrum. It really wants to keep the orchestra in the city, and it wants a commitment. Okay. The orchestra wants me to commitment. No one wants it to go to that evil place. You know where the evil place is?
Lakewood Ranch.
Lakewood Ranch. Yeah, it's a 4-letter word.
And you taught me that before. I'm using your definition of evil place in Lakewood Ranch. I saw a lot of real estate up there, and I love that area.
There are people who aren't fit for the coastal region that is spectacular and why people move here. That's why we created sterile suburbia. But we have this beautiful waterfront.
Don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel.
I'm a big lover of Sarasota and the waterfront.
All right, we've got
that's a different topic.
We have to bring this to a close. What are the next steps? Steve, you've had your coffee this morning. I appreciate that. What are the next steps?
Next steps is this is going to go right back before the city. Everyone now knows where it stands. They've said, look, reconsider the plan we gave you. The city now is kind of going to have to vote on it again.
Okay.
I think they're done trying to say, hey, what if we give you this piece and that piece?
Okay.
It's coming to a head again.
So is there a vote scheduled anytime soon?
There's government starts with discussion.
Yes. Lots of,
you know, in your business, what's best?
Discussion.
Closing 30 days cash.
Yes.
Government doesn't do that ever.
Correct. I understand that. So they're just starting the discussion, more to follow, correct?
Yeah. I mean, we should still be alive and be able to report on what happens here. I think they'll get it done that quickly, Mike.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Now, they'll have this resolved by this year.
All right, so let's come back, continue with the updates. We did a video a while ago about the orchestra. We're back again at the location that's top of a lot of folks' lists. There'll still be maybe other alternatives that come out of this thing.
Yeah.
So let's come back when the time is right.
One of the most important venues in the region is the orchestra. And one of the most finite things we have in the city is parkland. So it's kind of, you have two important principles in play.
Okay, sounds really good.
Okay.
Steve, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Until next time.